Hello and welcome to another episode of the Triple Threat Sports Show podcast. Um, I'm Jake, and
And I'm Jack.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads. And yeah, let's get this started. So today we're gonna be talking about the MLB mostly. I have MLB highlights going. I don't know if you can see them, but I have those going. And Sox above 500. Took a tough loss today in extras.
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah, I don't know. They just choked. They were up going into the ninth, 3-2, and then they scored that run, went into extras. And the Sox scored. So it was 4-3 going to the bottom of the 10th, and then the Tigers just loaded the bases. Braden Montgomery had a tough play, didn't make the catch, and the game ended. So that pushes their record to, 39-37. So still above 500.
Just a couple days ago, and now to be 39-37 going through the gauntlet of our schedule, I think that's not really where we want it to be with I guess we have some easier games ahead of us, but it would have been nice to win a lot of these games, especially against the Tigers, who are not a very great team.
Yeah, we have a lot of division games coming up. We have 6 games at home against the Guardians and the Royals. And when we play them, we just can't afford to get swept by the Tigers. And I just think the Guardians, if we can sweep them, we'll be first in our division. So I think that's highly needed if the Sox want a shot at the playoffs.
Right.
I don't think. My take is that if they don't win the division, I don't think they have much of a shot.
Here, but I feel like winning the division is crucial to, having us getting some home games, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think that a lot of these teams are going to bounce back, like the Blue Jays.
Right.
I think that Houston will bounce back, same with Baltimore. So that's what I think might happen. Well, we are 15-25 away.
That's bad.
Yeah, but we're 24-12 home. So
we're so good at home, and just we can't win on the road.
Yeah. Well, we play 6 games at home coming up, so that's good.
Right.
And then
hopefully we can go 4-2 or 5-1.
Yeah, and then we play the Orioles away, and then that's gonna close it out for June. And then we play the Guardians again at away. So I feel like these 6 games coming up, we need to at least go, like you said, 4-2, 5-1.
Right.
And right now, if the season ended right now, the Blue Jays would get in with a losing record.
That's crazy. So what are we, the 5 seed?
Yes.
Okay, so the fact that we've lost 3 games in a row, we're still the 5 seed, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. We're 4th in the American League.
Right.
But the Yankees would win. They're number 1. They're 46-30. They would get the 1 seed. The Cleveland would get the 2 seed. Seattle would get the 3 seed. And then and then Tampa Bay would get the 4 seed, we would get the 5 seed, and Toronto would get the 6 seed, and yeah, and then the A's are behind them. The Blue Jays and A's are tied, 38 and 39. So, yeah. But, I really haven't looked. How's the National League doing? Oh, gosh.
Much more interesting.
Yeah, I looked, and a 40 and 38 team would not be making the playoffs right now.
Wow. Who's that?
Well, the teams not making the playoffs with winning records are the Diamondbacks, Marlins, and the Washington Nationals.
So are the Cubs, would they have a
Yes.
playoff spot?
Yeah, they would.
Oh, wow.
Because there's 4 wild card teams, right?
Oh, yeah. 3.
3? Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was 4. Oh, my fault. Now, then they wouldn't get in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So then what would the worst team in the National League wild card be?
39 and 36.
Wow. That's crazy. Because the White Sox are, in contention for their division at that record, let alone, the 3rd best record in the entire American League.
Yeah. But right now, hold on. The Dodgers, of course, they ruin baseball.
Right. We're going to lose, a good season of Colson's prime, Miguel Vargas' prime, Munetaka Murakami's prime, Davis Martin's prime. All these players are going to lose a year because of what the Dodgers have done to baseball.
Yep.
Especially for the fans like us. We just want to see baseball.
I totally agree with you. And these players, they want money, and it's all about money.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what everyone cares about, is money. So,
this was the problem they had back in the 90s with players wanting money, I believe.
Yeah.
Just kind of stinks that the fans have to pay the price.
Mm-hmm. Right. They're like, I'm getting paid. I want money.
They'll gladly sit on their couch and do absolutely nothing and make $50 million a year.
Uh-huh. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But, they can't go through, they might have to go through a lockout. So, what I saw was the offer. It was, crazy. And the Player Association was like, no, we're not accepting that, because how crazy the offer was. I'm trying to pull it up. Let me see. Lockout. I think it was, so the 2 that I remember were no high school players can get drafted anymore.
What?
Yeah, that's what, I'll read you the, whole offer. Let me see if this is the one. Okay, so the offer was, no, that's MLB. So I can't pull it up right now, but I think that the owners are trying to get a get a salary cap.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, because I think, but that I feel like that then, like what? Then the Dodgers have to like sell all their players.
Right, I'm not really sure how that would work then.
Yeah, they might have to like choose the players. Like this offseason, they would have to like choose the players that they want to keep and like negotiate on different offers maybe. And then like cut.
And the rest of them become free agents.
That's what I would assume. And the reason that the MLB owners don't want high schoolers is because they want the colleges going through all of the player development, and so then like the minors doesn't have to do it, so they don't have to do it, and North Carolina and Vanderbilt, they have to go through all the player development till they're 20, and yeah.
Well, I think what then might happen, like keep it maybe just double A would be the highest level, get rid of triple A, get rid of like low A and just make it single A and double A. And they don't have to pay as much for coaches and all the other things that they would need to pay for those extra 2 levels.
Yeah.
And then in return, they could spend more money on their players since they wouldn't be spending as much on, their other stuff.
Okay, I found it. Here's the proposal. High school players would be ineligible for the draft and need to be at least 2 years removed from graduation to be selected. So that's one of them. An international draft would be implemented for every outside of the United States, Canada, or Puerto Rico. And
that doesn't really sound fair, because if there's not like enough players, then how big can they make the draft really?
So now the next thing is the draft, currently 20 rounds, and the international round draft would last 12 rounds. It'd be 12 rounds instead of 20.
Instead of how many?
20. Oh,
all right. Okay, that's what I thought.
And then the minimum age for internationally entry would move from 16 to 18. The minimal age for the domestic draft would be 20 on September 1st. College players would be eligible after their sophomore year as opposed to their junior year.
Okay, so the international players I like a lot better, because then there wouldn't, like, they would have, I don't really know how that would work though. They wouldn't, like, there maybe wouldn't be as many, because some of them, they would be younger, and then maybe teams wouldn't want to spend as much money on them to get them young. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. And then signing bonuses for both would be capped at $200 million, around what international players get now, and slashed in half for the current system for the domestic players. And all draft picks can be traded.
I don't like that.
Neither do I.
You can't trade it. I like that. I like how it's different from baseball, football and basketball, in the sense that it's like your pick is your pick. Like, you can't trade it to try and get better picks, because I know the Dodgers would trade all their players for great picks if they could.
Oh, I thought it would be the opposite.
That's what I meant. No, that's what I
would think, I would think that they would trade all their picks to get good players.
Right.
Like, no prospects, please. Give me all the good players.
Yeah, we'll trade just 6 draft picks for Juan Soto, yeah.
Yeah. What prospects? What's that? What are prospects?
They would build the biggest God squad ever.
Yeah. And see, I think football, I think it's kind of okay. Basketball, it's like you get picked, you get traded.
Right. I don't even understand how basketball works because, like, I remember looking and it was like the Jazz and the Wizards. I think the Jazz selected Will Riley and then immediately traded him to the Wizards. I don't understand how that works because then wouldn't you just want to draft like the worst player possible? So then like he gets traded to the other teams? I'm not really sure. Like, do the Wizards select that pick? Because it says that the Jazz drafted him, but then it just says like rights traded to Washington, and I don't understand that.
Yeah. It's like crazy. It's like
sorry, go ahead.
It's like the Washington Wizards select AJ whatever. I forgot his last name.
Yeah, Devansta, I think.
Yeah, whatever. But now he has been traded to the Warriors. And now the Warriors have traded him to the Thunder, and now the Thunder have traded him to the Bulls, and the Bulls have traded him to the Rockets. It's crazy.
I don't like football is at least a lot better because people don't trade draft picks as much, and it's easier to understand.
Yeah, I agree. Is hockey like that? How is hockey like? I really haven't watched.
I don't watch hockey, so I wouldn't know.
Draft.
Maybe I just don't watch enough basketball to understand, but football I watch a ton of, and I watch the draft every year, so maybe it's just that's why I understand it better, but I don't
know. Yeah. Alright. I think we can come back to baseball, maybe. What about now? Because we're already on the basketball topic. Let's talk about the Knicks winning in 5 against the Spurs. What were your thoughts about that?
I watched part of the NBA Finals with you, the Game 5. So
yeah.
You knew I was rooting for the Spurs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was very disappointed in two players for the Spurs that I think completely sold the series for them. De'Aaron Fox and Luke Cornett.
Yeah.
Now, I understand Luke Cornett's a backup player, but he came in, he turned the ball over, I kid you not, like every time he touched the ball. It was so bad. De'Aaron Fox, you cannot put up 7 points in a win-or-go-home game in the finals. It's terrible.
Yeah. It was bad. The Spurs selling that was the biggest choke of all time. The biggest choke of all time. Crazy. And I think the Spurs head coach lost his brain in the last 4 minutes of the game. Of game 4.
And especially, they had Fournette in the game, like, till there was about a minute left, and then they finally put Wemby in. For, like, they had Cornette in from, like, 5 minutes to 1 minute. I didn't understand it. And also, I don't know what they were doing. I don't even think they, like, double-teamed Jalen Brunson for half that game. I'm not sure if they ever double-teamed him. He had, like, 40 points. How do you not double-team him and make sure he is not the person touching the ball? Like, I understand they have other players, Michael Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, but Jalen Brunson is a person you need to be worried about there.
Yep. It's crazy. Luke Cornett, he put up 0 points, didn't take 1 shot, and got 2 rebounds in 10 minutes.
That is terrible. I wish it would show, I don't know if it does, how many turnovers he had.
No.
He had a lot, so.
Yeah. Well, the Spurs in general had 13 turnovers.
I think probably around 5 or 6 of them were by Cornette, but okay.
Yeah. It was like, here, Cornette, box out down low. Here, you want the ball? And that's Cornette to the other players.
And Cornette, he didn't even get it like he couldn't rebound. You look at him, he's like 6'10", 6'11". He should be up down there getting all those boards. He wasn't doing it. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And try to guess how many minutes Victor Wembanyama played in Game 4.
I'm going to say 48.
44.
44, wow. So, the fact that you play him more in a Game 4 where it's not a winner-go-home than you do in a Game 5 where it is winner-go-home. I want to know how many minutes he played in that game.
It was like 39.
That's terrible.
Uh-huh. And Wemby had oh wait, never mind. I was looking at Champagny, and I thought that, and I was going to say, Wemby had a horrible game. He only put up 5 points. I was like, that can't be right.
That would have been crazy.
How many bench points? Oh, so 27 bench points for the Spurs. And yeah. Jalen Brunson is literally a god. I don't know how he did that. Like, you just need to tell him that it's literally the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left, and he's gonna, I don't even know.
The problem I had with Wemby there was I don't think he's the person that's shooting the three with 5 seconds left. I think you give that to Fox or Castle or Harper. Definitely, yeah. I wouldn't give it to Wemby. I would have Wemby down low so he can try and put up a fast shot.
Yeah, like a tip-in or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like OG Anunoby.
Right.
That was crazy.
I don't understand how that happens, but.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, so the Game 5, Jalen Brunson put up 45 points. That's just...
They only had 90 points as a team.
I know. They had 94 points as a team. I remember watching it, and it was Jalen Brunson and then Knicks offense. And they compared his points. I don't know if you remember that. But it was
but
go ahead.
You would think that that's not too many, but it's still a lot. If the score of that game was 125 to 122, but it was 94 to 90, which I still don't understand how that score could be so low in an NBA game in Game 5 of the finals, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the Spurs were up. They were up 66 to 53 with 3 minutes to go in the third. They were up 81 to 73 with 8 minutes left. And I just think you gotta continue the lead. You can't just let them come back. But yeah.
So they got outscored 23 to 7 with less than 8 minutes to go. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I remember shots of the game, and it was Knicks 28 points or something, and Spurs 4. Not 4, but 12. And they got outscored bad.
It was not pretty. I don't know, just
beating up people wearing Spurs jerseys in New York.
Did you see the one guy that was in a Spurs? He said, or someone said that he wasn't even a Knicks or Spurs fan. He just didn't like the Knicks.
Yeah, I saw one, and it was a punishment. He had to walk around in a De'Aaron Fox jersey.
Oh, wow.
And he was yeah, it was funny. But you still can't be beating up people because they're wearing Spurs jerseys.
Right.
And throwing What were they throwing at Wemby when he was trying to get in the bus?
I didn't see. I
They
don't
were
know.
they were like throwing like tomatoes at him.
Wow, that's just uncalled for. It's not that. That is no class.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
I kind of want to talk about college basketball and college football a little bit. I am so excited for the college football game that's coming out. I've heard that like there's so many things you're gonna get to do, compared to the last couple of college football games. And then I heard they're coming out with a new college basketball game, which I am stoked for. I could not be more excited.
Yeah. Is that coming out this year?
No, I think it's coming out next year or the year after.
Yeah. Just making like the custom teams and 2K, that was even fun. And we didn't even have like
I still cannot believe how fun that was with the Big Ten. I tried to do a bunch of other conferences. You just can't find all the teams for them, so.
yeah. And it takes a long time.
Right. I can't imagine how long it takes them at EA to, make all the custom courts and all the players and face scans, all that stuff. So I'm sure they won't have all the teams at first. They might just have like 100 or like, and then they'll add like 100 every year.
Yeah, but they'll have like Illinois and
the good teams.
Yeah, they're not having like. I doubt they have like North Dakota State or something.
I'm sure they would have all the power conferences and then some other smaller conferences, maybe that kind of make the tournament a lot. Because if there's teams that make the tournament a lot, you can't really just not include them in the game.
Yeah. But I think you also have to have like some of the teams that like one feature that I think that they should have is that like the last I'll say like 25 years, all the Cinderella teams you get to play with them and like
that would be fun
and like actually go through that exact tournament,
right?
And like see if you can do that. Make the Cinderella run. That would be fun.
All the future plumbers hitting 3-pointers out there.
Yeah. But I think like they won't have like historical teams.
Right.
Like teams from 2025 or 2005, 2005. But I think they'll have definitely the year, and they might have like historical teams. Not like I just said that they won't have historical teams. I can't talk. Like the teams that like make Cinderella runs. Here's what I think they should have. Switching it up. They should have every single team. So like the team that won March Madness in 2000, they should have that team. 2001, they should have that team. And you can play with those teams. That's what I was trying to say.
That would make sense. Like all the powerhouse teams, you could play with them historically.
Yeah.
Or play with the historic powerhouse teams,
Yeah.
I think also, stepping away from the game, the video game for a second, I saw that the Illinois, or in the power rank, because Illinois was ranked either number 1 or number 2 in almost every power ranking.
I think it was
so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, most of them I saw that they were number 1. The ones that I saw. Could this be the year?
Right. I mean, we got Stojakovic, Mirkovic, Tomislav, the new transfer, Vox, or whatever his name is, from Providence. I think this could be our year. Yeah.
And that guy that we're getting, the recruit guy, he's like a top 10 recruit. So Illinois scored big on him.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with not having Wagner this year. I don't know if he's going to be too good in the NBA. I want him to do good, but he just didn't really seem like he was that much of an NBA built player.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. I think he did phenomenal in college. I think
Right.
going against these NBA players, I don't really think he's gonna do that great. But, I could be wrong.
I looked at a guy like Will Riley last year, and I look at a guy like Andrej Stojakovic for this year when he goes to college or NBA most likely next year. I heard he was having workouts with NBA teams this year, but next year I think he'll definitely be in the league. I think, you look at them and you say, okay, that guy, even in college, when I was at the Big Ten tournament, not this year, last year, before this year, I looked at Will Riley. He looks like he was built for the NBA. And this year in the NBA, he had a pretty solid year for the Wizards. I believe he started in a lot of their games, and he was a big part off the bench in the other games.
Yeah. Yeah, I also look at Andrew Stojakovic and I'm like, this guy is a NBA player built.
Right. You look at Wagler, he's not really that physical. And you look at a guy like Will Riley or Stojakovic, especially Stojakovic. Stojakovic loves to drive. He loves to he's not going to shy away from contact, and he'll, do what it takes to get the bucket.
Yeah, Will Riley averaged 10.3 points per game.
That's not bad. I wish that the Bulls would have taken him over Essengue or whatever. Noah Essengue?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, me too.
Because I don't even know if he's even going to be on the team this year, because he got hurt last year, and we could have gone without him.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the Bulls. Just a play-in team that always goes 5 games below 500 and always loses to the Heat in the play-in championship.
38 and 44 every year, make it as the 10 seed, lose to the Heat, and then be out.
Yep. That's how it is.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just said that's how it is.
Oh, yeah. I remember back in 2022, I want to say, 2021 or 2022, the Bulls had the number 1 seed, and they looked like they were about to go win the NBA championship. And then I saw actually like a video about this. They were a team that was together. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic, who's the white guy that's bald that
Kobe
they traded?
White?
I can't think of his name.
Is it Kobe White?
No, not Kobe White. Although he was on that team, I think. They were just saying Lonzo Ball, he was a big part of that team too. And after he got hurt, they really didn't play that well. I think since then, and since they traded, most of their players, they just will never be that good as they were that year. I still don't know how they lost first round to the Bucks.
Yeah, was it Alex Caruso? Did he play for the Bulls?
Caruso, yes, Caruso.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, being together, and that's what I think the White Sox are right now. I think that 2 years ago, they were like not together. Like half of the side was American, half of the side of the clubhouse was American, and the other side would just sit, like the Dominican Republic people, like they would just sit over there. And now I think that everyone's coming together, like Murakami doing handshakes with Coulson. The wand, that's hilarious.
Right.
The wand. And did you see Sam Antonacci putting tape on Andrew Benintendi's helmet?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Then he hit a homer, or he hit like 2 home runs, I think.
Yeah, he went like 3 for 4 that game. It was crazy.
Right. Well, what I think about the 2024 White Sox, I went to opening day, I remember. I was there with my grandpa and my dad, and we were expecting a White Sox win. We got there, we got to our seats, and the White Sox had 3 hits the entire game, 10 strikeouts. They lost 1-0.
Who was that against?
The Tigers.
I went to opening day last year, and they won that game, thankfully.
Oh, yeah. I would just say the White Sox, do you think Luis Robert Jr. knew who Oscar Colas and Paul DeYoung were on the 2024 team?
No.
Do you think Mike Soroka knew or Luis Robert Jr. knew who Mike Soroka was? No. These guys didn't know anything. The only people that knew each other were Andrew Vaughn, Yohan Moncada, and Luis Robert Jr. You look at the team, the 2021 team that went to the playoffs, those guys all seemed like they were best buds. You had Eloy Jimenez with his hi mom, and he just looked like he was having a blast out there. Then 2024 comes around. He doesn't say hi. He doesn't say hi to his mother anymore, which is kind of funny, but he doesn't look like he's having fun, or he didn't look like he was having fun, and he couldn't hit. He lost all his confidence. Luis Robert Jr., Tim Anderson, he was having a blast on that team, and even the year afterwards. Then he lost his confidence in 2023, kinda. He didn't look like he was having enough fun, and look at where the team was. They got bad. And Yohan Moncada, he kept getting hurt. I'm sure that knocked his confidence off a little bit, and he wasn't playing as good the years after. So I think the team lost their confidence, and they weren't happy. They were very mad. No confidence and not being happy. That's like the perfect equation for a bad losing team.
Yeah, and what you said, the 2024 team was bad. That's being generous. Right. Bad?
Did you ever see the clip? Or I don't even know if it's a clip. It might just be a picture of Luis Robert Jr. It is a clip, actually. I remember Luis Robert Jr. sits there. They're 4-22, and he throws his stuff after a game that they lost. I want to say 14-1 maybe to the Red Sox. He's just sitting on the bench, and he just looks defeated. And I'm sure you've probably seen the clip of Miguel Vargas against the Athletics, after he was traded from the Dodgers, just sitting on the side wall, maybe. He looked like he was about to start crying because he was so sad. That team was just a disaster.
Yeah. That team was terrible.
Even when they won, they didn't look like they were having that much fun.
Yeah, they were we won our first game in 20 games. Now what are we going to do? Lose another 20?
I think it all came down to Jason Benetti leading the team. Ever since he's left, the core left. The White Sox have been terrible. It's just not good.
Yeah. But they're doing, I would say, I would give them a just good. Not good and not super terrible. They're right in the middle. That's how they're doing right now.
What I always wish would happen was, I wish that I could go back in time and watch that 2021 season just one time. Literally, I just want to see that team one more time. That team, Tim Anderson, my favorite player of all time. I will never like anyone as much as I liked Tim Anderson. And Eloy Jimenez, back when he was still good, I liked him. Moncada, I loved him. Lucas Giolito, Dylan Cease. The whole team's gone. There's not a single person left from that team. So, and especially Jose Abreu might be the killer for me. He left. And have you heard that he was offered more money from the White Sox than the Astros, and he still went to the Astros?
That's terrible. Yeah, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, one game that I just want to go back to. I remember watching the game. No, actually, I didn't finish the game. I remember waking up in the morning and watching the highlights. The Field of Dreams game when they played the Yankees.
It's so sad to think about.
I know.
You know, you had Jose Abreu with his home run there.
And then
Sebi Zavala with his home run. Eloy with his home run.
Tim Anderson,
Anderson
with the walk-off.
with his home run. What I think is sad about Tim Anderson is more people remember him for the clip where he gets knocked down by Jose Ramirez and the commentator goes, "Down goes Anderson."
Yeah.
Than they will for anything else he did. I remember I was maybe 6 years old, and I still remember it. I was at a game, and it was the White Sox against the Royals, and Tim Anderson hit an absolute bomb, and he chucked his bat. I'm sure you know what I'm thinking of right now. And he got to the plate the next at bat. He got hit, and I just remember he was so good, from that point in 2019 to 2022. And I feel like, he seemed like he lost his confidence after that. And I don't know why I pointed that out, but I liked that game. That was a fun game. I think they won.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why I was going to say it. Because people won't remember him for moments like that, or his walk-off against the Tigers that I know a lot of people like to talk about, or his batting title. No one's going to talk about that. They'll just talk about him getting knocked down.
Down goes Anderson. So one more thing before we wrap this up. What moves do you think the Sox could make at the deadline?
Well, I sure hope that they trade for two positions that I really think that they need to trade for. I think in the field, we're okay. I think they need to make 3 trades at the or 4 trades at the deadline, I'll say. They need to trade for 2 high-end or like 2, 8th inning setup guy relievers.
Yeah.
And I think they need to trade for at least 1 starting pitcher to go with Davis Martin. Because Eric Fetty, he's not going to cut it. I think they need to DFA him. I think they need to DFA him and Luis Angel Acuna and just start over. I think they need to call up Hagen Smith. Hopefully he's something, because Noah Schultz, he's sure not looking like anything. I think they need to put Schultz in the bullpen for a little bit and then trade for a quality starter that could get you a couple innings. Because Anthony Kay, he's been pretty good for the Sox lately after kind of a rocky start, but yeah.
One person that I think that they should trade for is, he used to play for his first name's like Sandy. He plays for the Rays. You know what I'm talking about?
Who do you used to play for?
The Rays. I don't know if he still does.
Oh, let's see. I don't know if I can think.
Let me look. It's like Sandy and then his last name.
I know it is. Yeah.
Starts with a. Yeah, I think.
Okay, yeah, he's on the Marlins, I think.
Marlins now?
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad to trade for him.
Yeah. I think he's having a pretty decent year. I think he could help us in the pen.
Right.
And yeah.
I think him as a starter wouldn't be bad.
I don't know why I said
what we should have done
bullpen
this offseason was go out and sign Lucas Giolito and bring him back, because he, after going 10-4 last year with a 3 ERA or whatever he had, I believe he's on the Padres now, which I'm very surprised he didn't get signed till I think a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Is that? Yeah. Trying to. Oh, there's more Murakami. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good bullpen pitcher that they could go out and trade for. Have you really thought of any?
I haven't.
Oh.
No, because there's not that. What are you gonna say?
Someone He's a relief pitcher and a starter. Braxton Ashcraft.
I've heard of him before.
He's on the Pittsburgh Pirates. And he's having a pretty good year. He's a 3.18 ERA, 97 strikeouts. I think.
Wait, what are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I think it would be good if we went out and traded for him.
I think one guy that we should trade for. It's kind of a trade for him, see what he can do for you, and put him in the pen because he is not having a great year this year. Adrian Hauser, I don't know if you remember last year, he pitched really well for the Sox. I think we should get him, trade someone, maybe trade Luis Angel Acuna for him. I don't know. I'd be okay with that. And see if we can, turn him into a solid relief pitcher.
Oh, yeah. He was actually doing really good last year.
Right. Then he got traded to the Rays, and he was not that good. I think what happened, Ethan Katz was such a good pitching coach. I think he was a great pitching coach. And then the Sox fired him, and now you bring Fetty back. He's not doing good. Schultz, he's not doing good. Even not Dave Smart, Anthony K, he's not really doing that good. He's been better. But we need, someone to fill in our bullpen. Maybe someone that's kind of has experience with being on the Sox. That wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah. One person I think is having a great year, and we could go out and trade for is Nick Martinez.
Yeah. Is he on the Padres?
Rays. No, Tampa Bay. He has his record's 6-2. He has 55 strikeouts, 2.73 ERA, and
I don't know.
1.16.
My only problem is I don't know if the Rays would be willing to trade him.
Yeah.
We would have to give up a buckload or a boatload for them to do that. I think some guy that we could trade is if we're going to draft Rock Chalowski and we still have
Billy Carlson,
Braden Montgomery in the minors, I think Billy Carlson could be traded. And I think that wouldn't be a bad move.
I also think that's not a bad move.
Because I think Rock Chalowski could play second base, Colson at shortstop, Vargas at third, Murakami at first, and catchers Teal, and left field Antonacci, center field Tristan Peters, right field Braden Montgomery. I don't really see where he could be used. I guess he could play. Well, also, is Tristan Peters really going to keep up this run? Probably not. So we move Chalowski to center field, or Braden Montgomery to center field, Chalowski to right field, and we play Chase Mydroth at second base. Where would Billy Carlson be played? Nowhere.
Yeah. I agree. I think he's a great defender. I just am worried about his hitting. He's a awesome defender, but I just think his hitting is the problem. I feel like we could move Vargas we can put Murakami at DH and move Vargas to first, and then just shift it over. Roch at second, Billy Carlson at short, and Colson at third.
Right.
So
I think the problem there would be, though, you still have Benintendi for another year after this, so you would have to wait till after next year before you can put Murakami there. You don't even know if Murakami's going to be on the team after that year, so you know what I'm saying?
I know, just re-sign this guy. Right. Please.
I think this offseason they have to sign him to a big extension. Otherwise, he will go to free agency, sign with the Dodgers, and the league would be cooked.
Yeah. It will, Murakami, be the first White Sox player to have a $100 million contract.
I'm going to say no. No, he won't.
Who do you think will?
Well, I think he might. Well, no, I think he will have a $100 million contract. The problem is, I don't know if he's going to make he's going to have the biggest contract in White Sox history, although I guess he already does. So that doesn't really count. But I think it depends on if what happens with the Sox front office. Because if Ishbia is the owner, then yes, he will get $100 million. If Reinsdorf is the owner, I don't know.
Sell
He might be okay
the
with just
team.
letting him walk.
Sell the team.
It was just such a low point
Yeah.
last year. And Jerry, he's just been the worst owner in baseball, I gotta say, the last couple of years. Other than maybe the A's owner, he's been the worst.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about? I feel like that might wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't really got that much to talk about. Oh, we haven't talked about Caleb being on the Madden cover yet in a pod.
Oh,
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, we can spend 5 minutes on this, because then I gotta go. I think the deluxe one looks real cool.
Right.
I think
I might get the deluxe edition just so that I can have that.
Yeah, I think the normal one is kind of a weird pose. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's supposed to be like, the Jordan picture.
Yeah.
I
think they're supposed to like recreate it or whatever.
Yeah.
And, it's supposed to be like the Jordan, but I think that's how he was like throwing it against the Packers.
Right, it was like a combination, and it looks a little bit odd.
Yeah. But the deluxe one looks, the Iceman pose, that looks so cool. Any thoughts on it?
It looks awesome.
What overall do you think he's gonna be?
I already know the answer to this, so I'm not gonna say.
Really? How do you know?
Yeah, because Travis Kelce said it on his podcast. I want to hear what you have to say, and I'll tell you if you're right.
Okay. I think he'll be a 92 overall superstar.
You're close.
Higher or lower?
He's lower.
Oh, 89 superstar?
You're very close now.
90 overall superstar.
90 overall superstar. I don't know if he is a superstar. I'm sure he's a superstar. He's definitely not a star, and I don't think he's an X Factor, but he is a 90 overall.
How do you feel about that? Do you think,
it feels maybe a bit high.
Yeah.
But I definitely am okay with it.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's a little overrated, but
I think he could have been an 87, 88. He's good. Don't get me wrong. Is he that good? Even as a Bears fan, I don't know if he's that. He doesn't even have 4,000 yards in a season yet. So, yeah.
He would be the first Bears quarterback to do that.
Well, he has the record now, so.
Yeah, he might as well break it.
Got that.
Might as well break it.
He came, 80-some yards short last year. If he would have just had 300 yards in the last game, I believe he would have broken it.
Yeah. How do you think the Bears are going to be this year?
I'm predicting they go 12-5. I think they'll probably be the 2 seed. I think the Rams are going to be like 15-2, something crazy.
Yeah.
And they'll get the 1 seed. And I think that they'll lose in the NFC Championship to the Rams.
Gosh. Okay. Yeah. I think the Bengals are going to be this good this year.
Who?
The Bengals. I say that every year. Hoping that 1 year they'll finally get back to the Super Bowl.
Give up on them already.
No, I can't. Okay.
Why are you a Bengals fan? Just because Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
Well, why are you a Joe Burrow fan?
I don't even know. I think I saw him in the Super Bowl and I was like, I like that guy. Because
pretty cool.
I bet you I had a bet on him. I was at a party and I was like, if he scores a touchdown, I win $20. And he did it.
I think we might have been together for that.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. What? Because I remember I went to someone's house. I don't know if you were there, but I think you might have been.
What was that halftime show?
It was like
Was that the Snoop Dogg one?
Snoop Dogg and Friends or something.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre and Friends. That's what it was.
All right. Yeah. I gotta go. So,
All right.
I'm Jake, and this is
Jack.
And that's gonna wrap up another episode of the Jake and